Hi there, folks. Thanks for tuning in. It's Aaron Lind with Aaron Lind Real Estate Services here for your 1 minute monthly market update for February 2026. Interesting time of year. I might go a little long today just because there's a lot of moving pieces. So the market trends are typically looked at on longer timeline. Annual trends are obviously follow the calendar year, and January is statistically the slowest month year after year. We were slow this January, slower than some Januaries in the past, so that's a little curious. But what's really curious is housing values. So house sales were down about 20% and values were down about 5% year over year. Now, those are big drops in both of those categories. For a single family home, the most desirable kind of real estate in town. Condos, interestingly, sales were down 25% year over year, but prices were only down about 1.5%, which says to me that the condo prices have sort of stabilized. They're still low, and one place where you can really get deals, though there's a bit of risk, are with condos that don't yet are a little bit older and don't yet have up-to-date depreciation reports. Come July, every single strata will need a depreciation report done within the last 5 years. Stratas used to be able to opt out with a 3/4 vote. That's no longer the case. So I think people are trying to offload condos maybe before those depreciation reports come in, maybe before too much sort of dirty laundry is aired about the work that really needs to be done at the building. But we're seeing a lot of price drops, especially on the lower end condos, people trying to just get rid of stock, which, buyer beware on that front. The townhouse market is particularly interesting. The sales were actually up 2% year over year, and I think that 2023 we saw huge gains. 2024 we saw huge losses in that sector of the market. So I think things have sort of stabilized there as well, and that speaks to the single family homes with suites as well in the kind of $1 million to $1.3 million mark. Those properties and townhouses are perfect solutions for the missing middle. Families can get in, maybe they have the mortgage helper if it's a single family home with a suite, or it's just they have just enough equity built up from their condo that they're moving out of to be able to get into a townhouse, but they're not quite at the single family home yet. The other thing is stock. So over the last year, we basically had over 3,000 units available for sale over the course of the whole year. A lot of stuff came down off the market at the end of last year, kind of late fall, early winter. We're starting to see those come back up. I think in the next few weeks, we'll see a lot of those things come back up. The question is whether or not they're priced at what they were before or a little bit higher, which we're seeing a little bit of, but those things tend to be sitting, or whether they're competitively priced and ready to move. Now, if you're thinking about listing, good to do it in the spring market. You might not make as much money as you would have in the peak of the market in 2022, but if it presents well and it's priced well, you shouldn't have to wait more than a couple of weeks. People are still buying here. Where we've seen some differential is the cost of borrowing hasn't gone down dramatically. That's kind of stabilized. And I think investors are taking a bit of a wait and see approach, because basically I'm talking to a lot of people and selling to a lot of people who intend to use it as their primary residence. And in the past, a large part of my business has been investors, and they're just getting more money quarter after quarter at other parts of the country right now. So stock is coming back, still a little bit low. Sales are unseasonably low. I think a lot of buyers are taking that wait and see approach, and prices are coming down inch by inch. Good time to make a lowball offer, start a conversation, have a lot of conditions in place. You can do that, but it's one of these odd market times where we're seeing things that are listed too high sit for months and months and months, and things that are priced just right get into competing offers. You don't see that a lot, and so that's a little bit I think some optimism for buyers, thinking if we're not at the bottom of the market, we're near the bottom of the market, time to capitalize. And also a bit of a reality check for sellers that if you want to be competitive, you got to price competitively. People aren't just going to buy things up because you're in the right postal code right now. That's my cat talking to me, telling me I got to go. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. And as always, thanks for joining us for the 1 minute monthly market update.